Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Barry. With me this week, as he always is, it's the one and only, the cool dude himself, Eric the Whiskey Mutant.
Hey, yo.
What up, dude?
What up?
How are you?
Saw, dude.
Saw, bro.
I'm good, actually.
Good,
I feel
man.
really good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I am doing well. We've had a really good day so far of recording some bonus and Patreon content, and if you want to go check that out, there's a great place for you to do that. It's patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast. And what the heck are you thinking right now? I'm sure what it is that, hey, I figure I like these guys. They're pretty cool dudes. I want to support them, especially during this particular month. Eric, what is this month?
Big ass. Oh, good.
That's right. This is our Patreon pledge drive month. This is when, during our birthday month, we ask you to support the show.
Yeah, because we're too old to get birthday presents anymore. We have to give each other birthday presents.
And you gave me a birthday present.
Several.
One
night.
Some of them were on the podcast last week, and some of them, well, they were in a public setting. We're going to get to that in a moment. But patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month is where you get all of that bonus content, including pregame chats. Those happen before every single episode. We usually alternate between Ports from the Floor and Samply Irresistible. Forgot what the second show was called for his second.
We have like 50 shows.
We got a bunch of shows that are over there that we just kind of alternate our way through. Yeah, people seem to really like Pop Chicka Wow Wow.
I think it's sticking.
I think we're staying with it.
Sticking it in there.
The pregame chats this week were off the chain, insane in the membrane.
There's a lot going on.
It was wild. Yeah. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And also throughout the month of August, if you do sign up to the Patreon with the $5 tier, we are going to send you a little bonus audio clip thing. Yeah. Just an episode that nobody else is going to get to hear. It's just
your
for
own
you.
Personal episode.
Just for you.
If you want to act like you're recording an episode and we just do it like normal and you're like the third person on there, we'll do it.
Sure. Let us know. Just let us know. So that's from the $5 and up tier, and at the $20 and up tier, for you normally get a free T-shirt when you sign up for that tier. You're also going to get a free sticker.
I don't know. I'll send you a snack.
Yeah. There you. Well, okay.
Huh?
I got to do it through Threadless, and that we can get the address and everything. So if we had our own printing press, then it would all come in one nice box.
Gotcha. Just if you do it, just send me a message.
I'll just let you know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Snacks and stuff.
Speaking of snacks.
Oh, yeah, I got one.
Sounds like we have sips and snacks this week. This is one of the ways that we kick off an episode typically. It's either this or Flying Blind. And Eric has said that he does have sips and snacks this week. And I am excited.
This is Big Ass August. And we do what we want to. And I ain't trying to do nothing too complicated. I'm just trying to do something fun that I know me and Perry will both enjoy. So I have got a snack that I've never had. Oh. And I've got a bourbon that we have had just recently.
I was like, is this something that we've never had before?
No, we've had it. But we talked about this last week and we were like, well, we haven't had this in a while. So first off, the snack. I have yet to have the Reese's stuffed with Reese Puffs.
Reese Puffs?
Yes.
What?
Yes. A Reese's Big Cup with Reese's Puffs. So there's that. And you know what? We had a little Knob Creek earlier, but I thought, let's just go all out. A 15-year Knob Creek pick.
What?
From my shelf over there.
This is like an extra Ports from the Floor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost gone too, but 15-year Knob Creek pick from Unlimited Spirits from 2019.
I remember this pick. I specifically remember having this pick. America. I haven't been to Unlimited Spirit in a while.
Me either. I don't know if I can afford to go there.
Well, I will say, and Unlimited Spirit, I don't know if you're listening or if anybody who knows Unlimited Spirit is listening right now, but I mean, there was a period where their picks were not very good. Mm-mm. I mean, I remember getting like a Russell's pick there, and then hopping over to Ernie's and getting a Russell's pick there.
When you could afford to get
when
two.
you could afford them, because they were both $60 a bottle or whatever. And now they're 90.
Changes. But yeah, we're going simple. Knob Creek and Reese. So, but I'm curious to this crunch that's going to be in the middle.
I want to try this so bad. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Because I was skeptical when they did the potato chips. And I was like, there's no way those potato chips are going to be crunchy. So now I want to know.
Yo.
Holy. They're
perfectly crunchy.
Oh. It's almost like if you had the cereal, but they just sit in milk for just a second, so they're not like hurt your mouth crunchy, but they've got like that, like barely. You
know what I'm realizing is just how different the flavor of Reese's Puffs are from regular Reese's Cups. Like their own, they are their own distinct flavor.
Oh yeah,
like they're closer to peanut butter crunch than anything, I would say.
Oh, bro.
That's pretty daggone good pick.
That's really good. And I still had a little bit in my mouth when I just drank that. And now I'll do a pour over. Oh my God. Oh, and that was a good crunch bite. Oh. Oh. That's great.
You know, going back to the live episode with Peggy No Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is like the explosion.
This is peanut butter
pairing.
Explosion.
Man, this is so good.
Where's Peggy at?
Highly recommend.
Call her up.
Highly
She
recommend
like, boys,
this.
What are you calling me for?
Y'all know I got stuff going on. I'm busy. We just love you, Peggy.
That's so good. Happy birthday to us.
Dude, I hadn't done the pour over yet.
The pour over is where it's at, right?
That's way better than like holding some in your mouth and then.
Because the pour over I did, probably like yours, got a little bit like in the crunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you took a bite, it was like.
You know what else too? It almost makes it like the potato chip.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings out some of the savoriness.
It is, yeah.
With it.
Yeah, so good.
Dadgum, that's good. Holy moly. I will say, Eric, you've not led me astray this week.
That's right, baby. That's right. That's right.
So I figure this is a good segue for us to get into what have we been drinking recently. This is going to take up a majority of the episode.
Yeah.
Before we get to the review. And the reason is because I celebrated my 30th birthday.
Happy birthday.
I got told I have glaucoma.
Well.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So we just got stuff to divulge, I guess, about the weekend, and I'll say this: we had a really fun night on Saturday.
We did.
It was you, me, and our wives, Eric and April is what I almost said. My wife, Eric, and your wife, April.
Yeah.
No, the two of us and our wives, Lucy and April.
There you go. You got it.
And we went out for drinks and dinner, and then wound up with a little surprise kind of into the night, which was just
did not expect this.
Perfect. It was like the cherry on top, man. Just great. But Before we get there, I'll ask you what have you been drinking recently?
I mean, I've worked all week, so basically what I drank with you on the weekend is what I've been drinking. And I see that bottle over there.
Yeah, I think that's
let's pour this up and talk about the past week.
I think that sounds good. So, these are new to the Kentucky market. We've talked a lot about Ale 81. It's a ginger ale drink.
Yes,
out of Winchester,
these
Kentucky.
Cups I'm opening are stolen from a hotel.
Hey, that's no shame, man. And they've got a limited flavor out right now, which is blackberry. And literally on the way over here, I saw a tweet from them saying blackberry ale 8 and bourbon.
All right. And here you go. You get it.
That was the tweet. So we're doing that for you now. We decided to use some Pursuit United bourbon.
Okay. It was on Twitter? Is it on Instagram too?
I don't know if it's on Instagram, but it's definitely on Twitter.
Well, you know what we got to do. We're going to take a little picture right now, and then I'll send it to you, and you can
Perfect.
reply back to them, and there we go. Yeah, we're going to use Pursuit United bourbon.
Oh, that smells good.
With our blackberry.
I gotta try it just on its own too. Oh, that's good.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
It's not overly sweet. And it's got like an authentic taste to it. You know how sometimes like flavored sodas have like a fake taste?
Right.
It actually tastes like blackberry. That's so good.
It's kind of got that like amusement park soda pop you're like having. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. So you're doing something interesting here. This is not the way that I would have done it, but Are you a mixer then bourbon guy?
Yeah.
See, I'm a bourbon then mixer guy.
What's wrong with the way I did it?
No, it's completely fine.
What did I do?
I'm not attacking you.
What did I do? Sorry. No, I just always pour them up like that.
I just think it mixes better if you pour the bourbon first.
Well, do you want to drink all this and then we'll remix it? I think when you mix it like that, you get like more of like a bourbon floater type deal.
Mm. See, I'm more of I want it to be perfectly distributed.
Okay.
But that's just me. Let's check this out.
Okay, that smells good.
I need to readjust for a moment. This smells like a perfume that my wife wears.
Oh, Lord.
Take it and sink it.
Oh. You're going to set me up like that?
Yep.
It smells lovely.
It does.
It does.
Like my wife.
I love your wife. She's family to me. Not the same love that you've got me this time. Congratulations. Yes, this smells like a lovely, it's like berries and like bourbon, and it's like a distillery that has kind of like a farm on it, and you're walking through it. There's the flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah. This definitely has open air distillery vibes to it.
That's good.
It's really, really good. It's what I like about this kind of thing too is that it operates almost as a pre-made cocktail mixer.
Yeah.
You know? It's basically a blackberry smash.
That's exactly what it is.
But it's done for you.
That's great.
Dude, it's so good.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
So let's sip on that and talk about the weekend. as well.
It's your birthday. Take us home.
So
No. Start.
take us there.
Take us there.
Take us there.
Sorry.
So Saturday, Lucy, she wanted to take me out for my birthday.
Yeah.
And she was like, we should take Eric and April with us as well. It's like, that sounds awesome. This was also in the midst of, if you've been following along with the show over the past few weeks, Eric's been finding a way to get me back for tricking him into watching the black and white avant-garde documentary about a pig known as Gunda.
Yeah.
Which is on Hulu if you want to watch it.
If you haven't listened to that episode, I watched that after I had worked a full week and had my little time alone. After everybody went to sleep, I was going to watch anime. I usually stay up, have a little drink, do all that. I didn't even drink because this movie is an hour and a half. I didn't want to miss anything because I thought there was something in here that was going to just blow my mind, and Perry wanted to talk about it. And guess what?
Nope.
Nothing. Ugly chickens, little piglets, a tractor, black and white, no narration, an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back.
I got to find this specific tweet and I'll put it up on
And Perry didn't watch it either.
Put it up on screen for you so you can see it. But the best text that I got from Eric about his experience with this movie was black and white pig tits, ugly chickens, some cows, a tractor thing.
That was it. That's the movie.
That could hang in the Museum of Modern Art as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I thought something was going to happen. I thought there was going to be something crazy. Nope, nothing.
Well, the funny thing is, like, the way that you relate it to me was like you thought that it was going to be an A24 style horror movie.
Yeah, I thought it immediately was going to switch to like dead animals and carcasses and stuff like that.
Never happens.
Nope.
It's just a documentary about a pig.
I don't even like any of these animals, and I buy the Dawn soap with the little ducks on it because I want them to help the ones that get the oil on them. I didn't like any of the ones in this movie.
So Eric's trying to find a way to get me back, and we went to this new hotel in Lexington. It's on Manchester Street before you get to the distillery district. More about the distillery. What's happening?
Plastic.
Oh, I thought it was my hair or something.
No, it's plastic.
More about the distillery district in a bit. But the hotel is just called the Manchester.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple bars. They've got like the regular hotel bar. They've got a rooftop bar as well, which is where we started out. It's called Las Palmas.
Yeah. I feel like you're in Florida.
It has the most authentic, like 50s, 60s old Hollywood tiki bar vibe to it.
Borderline's the Golden Girls set.
Kind of, yeah, for sure.
No joke.
Yeah. I loved it, man.
It was great.
It was so good. We got a couple of appetizers while we were up there. We got a Cubano that was split into 4 pieces, which we just devoured. And then jerk chicken lollipops.
Ooh, yeah. They take the drumstick of a chicken leg and like
they cut most of like the fat and tendons off of it.
Yeah, and then they pull it down to where it's like just you can hold the bone, I guess you would say.
I mean they were phenomenal.
So good.
A little spicy, kind of messed me up a little bit the next day, but
possibly
it was worth it.
Yeah,
I would say. And drinks. So
no bourbon drinks on the menu.
I think there was like one.
Was there?
I think. I don't remember for sure. It might have been a rye, actually. But on the menu, it says, trust your bartender, go off menu.
There you go.
And like I had already, like I saw that before Eric and April got there. I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask for like a tropical bourbon drink. Eric had other plans. And before our waitress came back up to take our order, Eric goes, I hope No. You said she better. Like it was almost a command.
It says it on the menu.
She better take down what I say word for word. And what you said was,
I want this guy to have a drink that says, I've been a bad boy and I'm getting spanked on my birthday with bourbon. So basically a bourbon cocktail that says, spank me daddy.
now I will say, the behemoth that I was served.
Oh my God, it was huge. It was in the cup. It was in the glass of like, there was like 4 drinks in it. You could have put like 4 straws in that thing. The waitress was loving it though.
Oh, she was all about it.
She was like,
all
this
about
is great.
Lucy wasn't all about her though, because
that's one of my favorite things in the whole. You can't glaze over this.
So
I love this part.
Lucy had I'm going to be nice here. She had a dislike for
the waitress.
The girl
reminded her Perry's ex.
The girl that I dated before I started dating Lucy. Lucy didn't even like her before she liked me. So
not only am I doing this and she's laughing and she's talking to us, she's like, you guys are great. Lucy's
and she had that like waitress kind of like, I actually really like this job, and to be not like flirty, like, hey.
Shout out to her though, because she
was great. No, she was really wonderful, but she had that like that energy of like, I'm part of this.
Yeah.
You know,
she's the messenger right now because I'm trusting.
Yeah.
I'm putting all my trust into her to go up to the bartender and say, that guy over there wants to buy his friend a drink. And the only thing he said is, it's his birthday. He's been a bad boy. Spank me daddy with bourbon.
I don't even know what all. I mean, it could have been like multiple bourbons.
It had to be just everything. It was huge. But it was the size of like a goblet.
But Lucy just leaning over and going, she looks like her.
My plan was complete.
So unhappy with
everything
like
about
having
this
to
is
look at her
for me.
And it's not like Lucy is not one to like truly hold a grudge. But this girl, we were in high school. She cheated on me.
Doesn't matter. My plan was complete. Baby.
No, it worked out. It worked out to Eric's advantage. So yeah, I get this like triple of a drink that has a
birthday goblet.
And the funny thing too is that the bartender went the extra mile to garnish it with fruit, and one of the pieces of fruit looked like a sailboat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
All out.
Absolutely fantastic. And I mean, it was delicious. I drank it a little bit quicker than
down
I
that
was
thing,
anticipating.
Bro. And I said, give me a tropical bourbon drink.
You said like a sweet bourbon.
Oh, like I wanted like a tropical
drink. Yeah. And you got like a Gold Rush.
It was a Gold Rush. It was great.
Essentially. So I finished my drink. I was feeling pretty good. And I asked for the tropical bourbon drink.
The one I got.
No.
Did they give you a different one?
They gave me a different one.
Okay.
Because what I got was more, she said it was their bourbon punch.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know exactly what was in that one either, but it was so good.
Yeah, I had that. It was different because we all tried. We pretty much tried each other.
Yeah, mine was more like, that's right. Okay, now it's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
Yours was the Gold Rush. It had the honey in it.
Yeah.
Right? Mine was more like if you make a margarita with bourbon.
Yeah, like a bourbon Rita.
Yeah, and even when I squeezed, because it came garnished with a lemon too. When I squeezed the lemon into it, I mean, it made it even more so.
All right.
Or not lemon, lime. It had a lime in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really like the flavor of bourbon with lime. Not that I'm like pouring something neat.
That sounds like an episode.
We need to figure out what's the best like citrus to mix with bourbon.
Just take lime and just figure it out.
Yeah. But anyway, so like with the cocktail and everything, I squeezed the lime into it. Really good. I mean, it was exactly what I wanted when I said a tropical bourbon drink. just fantastic.
But did the one drink I got you spank you a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
I spanked you in that restaurant.
There's
if you go to
I don't know if the picture itself is still
I think it's
active
on,
anywhere.
If you go to my
media.
wife's Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because she posted on my timeline, my
Everybody
wall,
listening,
my Facebook wall.
Go to Facebook and friend.
Well, I'll put it up on the video.
April Smith
Here too.
But then
anyway.
we head downstairs.
Yeah,
for dinner.
We went down to the Grand Dam.
The Grand Dam, not the Pontiac, not the car.
No, it's spelled like, and it's one word: GRANDDAM.
Yeah,
Grand Dam.
no N.
This is My Bourbon Podcast is brought to you by Walking Pad. Eric,
Yeah,
what would you say is the hardest part of being an adult with a full-time job?
staying in shape, eating right, taking care of yourself.
There you go. The folks at Walking Pad are here to alleviate some of that stress. They are the only foldable treadmill designed to alleviate the pain of sedentary lifestyle and lack of exercise. And they say it's a must-have for many people who work from home. I work from home. I am in the same foldable. So not only is it easy to use,
you know how many times
it's transportable.
I've had to put together a huge treadmill only to have it sit and then take it apart if I move or something.
Way too many times.
I might as well just throw it away. I wouldn't throw this away.
No. I think this is a great opportunity for people, especially like me, as I've been trying to lose weight, trying to get healthier, especially as I have now entered into my 30s. It's something that's at the forefront of my mind. And if you're like me, if you're like us, you live a slightly more sedentary lifestyle, something that you want to kind of alleviate, Walking Pad is here to help out with that. They provide a simple and convenient fitness environment, helping everyone to start a healthy lifestyle.
Sometimes I don't even feel like getting out of the house.
I
don't even have to leave.
It's tough to get out of the house and go to the gym sometimes.
It is.
And so, I mean, this is here for you. This is right here for you. If this sounds enticing, you can check out the link in the description. When you spend money with Walking Pad using our specific link, you are also supporting This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Thank you to Walking Pad for supporting the show. And thank you for supporting us, too, with, when you go spend a little bit of money with Walking Pad.
Yeah, thanks. This Is My Bourbon Podcast is brought to you by AdamandEve.com. Perry, you know what I like?
I do know what you like.
I love it. I like being an adult, and I like doing adult things with my partner, and we use toys. I'm just going to say it. And do you know where I get my toys from?
AdamandEve.com.
Exactly.
I have been a patron of AdamandEve.com as well. Look, it's just a fact of life. If you're an adult and you have certain encounters with people,
multiple times a week.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Why do you want to just do the same old thing?
It gets boring. Sometimes you need to spice up your love life, and the folks at Adam and Eve are here for that. They have over 40 years of experience serving over 10 million customers with the best adult sex toys and adult novelties in the business. They maintain a sex-positive philosophy, and Adam and Eve is the nation's largest marketer of adult products with millions of satisfied customers nationwide. Satisfied customers. I would like to reiterate there.
I believe that. This Is My Bourbon Podcast is very sex positive.
We are sex positive. It's part of it.
Yeah. So
we're adults.
Yeah. We're adults. We like to do adult things with our partners.
We have children.
We do. So you know what we did. And you know what? Maybe we used some toys when we did that.
Maybe. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
You're looking at the camera like we're talking to the camera.
I thought
right
I was
now.
looking. I did the same thing you did earlier.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you want to support the show and you want to support your sex life, go to AdamandEve.com.
Yes. Use the link in the description below so that you can not only find some wonderful additions to your bedroom life, but you can also support your boys at This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
You can even be solo. I forgot about that. You don't even need
you
a
don't
partner.
have to. You don't have to have.
You just yourself.
Sometimes that's all you need.
That's all you need.
Thank you, Adam and Eve, for supporting the show. And thank you for supporting the show as well by visiting the affiliate link in the description. AdamandEve.com.
Yeah.
And we we got drinks there too.
Didn't like it. Perry took my
Well,
drink.
okay, okay.
Me and Perry swapped drinks because I made a bad move.
Yeah,
I didn't know what this stuff was.
Well, but that's okay. So this is where the experience kind of like fell apart, right? Because you would expect the restaurant to have the same level of attention to detail that the bar does, and they didn't.
Okay.
Like the bar had every ingredient for their cocktails listed out on the menu. The restaurant had like a flowery description of what the cocktail was.
But I think that's on my mistake though, because
But how could you have known?
No, but like I think that restaurant, like we were at a bar restaurant up top, like a fun, like when we went downstairs, like I kid you not, the food was phenomenal. And I think it was like
my I'll talk about it in a second. Go ahead.
I love the food. I think it was more of a serious vibe down at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel like the bar and the restaurant are like you stay at one or the other. I was on like this like fun level going up here, and then down here I had to like kind of be like, okay, like this is like hard to get into, like it's close seating. This is like, okay, we're at a legit like restaurant right now.
But I mean, all that in mind,
it's like you. It's like you.
Close seating and
no, it's like you can do the fun and you can do all that, but
when you need to turn it on,
but when you need to turn it down and be serious,
you're exactly right.
I'm like
that. You're exactly right.
Fun. Try to turn it down. Awkward.
But like all that aside, I mean, the service was just okay. Like our waiter got my drink wrong once. We were in the middle.
My problem was the waiter got my drink right. Because I didn't like that.
Oh yeah, I'll say. Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I got an olive cocktail that I didn't.
You got like a bourbon milk punch,
but it made it sound good.
Like and like milk punch is supposed to be a great way to drink bourbon.
Yeah,
but they made it like a martini, and they had like cheese stuffed olives on a toothpick resting on the top of the coupe glass.
I don't like that at all.
And like I like olives. Eric does not.
We switched drinks.
And I didn't like my drink either. I got what was called the tableside old fashioned. And my expectation with it was they're going to literally make the old fashioned
at the
table side.
We were both like hyped. We were like, oh, let's see what they do.
What's the experience going to be like? No, he just walked out with my drink.
Even OBC will like bring out the smoked Blanton's.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, pour it in there.
And I mean, overall, I still would rather go to OBC. Like I just kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit.
If I'm going to go to that building,
I'm just going to
stay up top.
Well, right. But like if I'm going to spend that money, I'm going to OBC.
Yeah.
I think they still have stuff to work on before it becomes the destination.
Pretty new, right?
It's like a few months, but like some of that stuff they should have worked out by now.
They ain't never had no podcasters in there, probably.
that nobody's ever talked about them on a public space. Anyway, and I mean the facility was beautiful.
Oh, I love it
too. It was such a cool space, and the atmosphere was amazing. But I was not crazy about what I got. The boar.
We all shared it. Everything.
Yeah. You liked the boar though.
I thought the boar was good. We got deviled eggs. Me and everyone got
deviled eggs were unbelievable.
What else did we get?
You got country ham and biscuit.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Which was phenomenal.
Lucy's thing was really good.
Lucy got the rabbit ravioli.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You were the one that messed up.
No, I shouldn't have gotten the boar.
But we all shared, so I was happy with it.
Yeah, I should. I was between the boar and shoot, I can't even remember something else. I talked about the fried chicken at one point, but fried chicken's fried chicken just about anywhere you go, unless it's like that's what they're known for.
Yeah.
At no point were they like,
This is our famous project.
We won awards for it. So I got the old fashioned. You got the
olive thing.
Bourbon martini. We swapped drinks. I thought the martini was pretty good.
You like olives, though.
I do, and it had like an olive juice flavor to it as well, which was interesting. And I mean, like, it worked. It wasn't ideal for me. It wasn't the thing that I would have like gone for. At no point would I ever have gone, you know what sounds really good? A bourbon and olive drink. But it worked. So in that capacity, that's an adventure. That's something different. That's something interesting. And like, that's more of where I am with like birthdays at this point.
Right.
I don't want presents.
You want
I genuinely do not want
the
presents.
adventure drink.
I want to try something
me,
new.
Daddy.
I got spanked
with bourbon.
I got spanked literally and metaphorically.
Yes.
But then you got, shoot, what did you get next?
I just ordered the same thing you ordered.
No, you got like a regular old fashioned.
Oh, I just said, give me a house old fashioned.
Yeah. And
it was better than anything on the menu.
And it said, well, on the menu, and I've had this cocktail before, but it's never like stuck out to me the way that it did this time. But I was like, I'll get a Sazerac.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So a Sazerac traditionally is rye whiskey, bitters, and absinthe.
Yeah.
And that spanked me more than anything else the whole night. But that's because absinthe is intentionally high proof. And unless you're like proofing it down with sugar and water the way that you're supposed to, if you're drinking it traditionally, it's, it's an intense drink.
But then you got to
he brought me a Negroni.
You got to spank some stuff later on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, though, he brought me a Negroni instead of a Sazerac, and I took like one drink of it, and I was like, a Sazerac is supposed to be served up.
Yeah, that's when
no
we got
ice.
Pissed off.
And
because he was like, this isn't even the drink I ordered.
I wasn't mad.
I
was.
Like,
oh.
It was your birthday. I didn't want it to
Well,
be
we
bad.
were in the middle of a heated conversation as well, and Eric was already
minstrel pants.
We're not going there.
Okay.
But so at some point during the night, you look at me and go, I wonder who's playing at the Burl. I was like,
because I wanted to
go
to
playing.
the arcade.
I know who's playing at the
All
Burl.
I want to do is go. This is the arcade bar. If you follow me on Instagram, I will post like every couple, like me and the family go every Sunday when nobody's there, and I get a Gold Rush. I already mentioned that, and I play arcade. So I was like, why don't we go to the Burl? I wonder if anybody's playing.
It was a great idea.
I wonder if we can play some video games.
It was a great idea.
I didn't know. Perry didn't even say who was playing.
And it got even better. So we were in the middle of, and I'm a pretty big Deadhead. I love the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle of the anniversary of Jerry Garcia's passing, who was the lead guitarist and singer of Grateful Dead. And that night, there just so happened to be a Grateful Dead tribute band playing at the Burl.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we kind of had this idea of like, oh, we'll go to the Burl. We'll go to the arcade. We won't have to pay for like tickets or anything, to hear it. But the thing is, like, it's all one big ordeal.
But it's two venues. So I thought if everything's like happening inside this building and then the arcade's in this building.
Yeah, and it was an outdoor show. So
it wasn't that. It was just a full-blown party.
Yeah.
It was a Deadhead party.
So we got tickets to get in. We're listening to Dead songs and playing video games. We wound up running into Chris Havens.
Yeah.
And Matt Preston.
Yeah.
You work with Chris. Matt is the founder of the Lexington Bourbon Society. Two great friends of the show. We've talked about them before as well. And like that was just kind of where the night went from good to great.
I mean,
I
was bumming cigarettes.
April was getting pissed.
Well, I said, it's Perry's birthday. I can do what I want to. She was like, you're right. I don't care. Her and Lucy, we was getting like drinks for the girls. Me and Perry were going up here and like getting like, I ordered a Turkey 101 for both of us, and then we drank that, played some arcade. I was doing that like spanking like because he was hitting the pinball.
Yeah, we were playing pinball, and then we started playing the X-Men arcade game together as well.
Then Chris Havens got us some E.H. Taylor at the bar.
That was nice.
We were drinking that. Yeah, so we went from Turkey 101, E.H. Taylor. I had another Gold Rush. We had some beer. There's Grateful Dead playing. I don't know any of their songs, but Perry is grooving.
I'm having a great time, man.
I'm okay with it.
It was just like the perfect, like, we didn't intend for any of this to happen. Not like a mistake, but it just happened.
We just decided to stay out a little longer, and look what happened.
And it was just perfect, man. And that's what I want out of, like, I'm not an inherently selfish person, or at least I don't like to think that I am. I don't think I am.
You're not.
But I like to be a little bit selfish around my birthday.
Yeah.
And
it's
like
your birthday.
And like be able to just have experiences with people. And like that's something that, I mean, that's like a top tier experience for, you know, as far as like our friendship goes, for sure, but also just like birthday memories. Like I'm gonna think about that forever.
It's your 30th, baby.
That was incredible. Absolutely fantastic.
We got like 75% through the X-Men arcade game without changing quarters.
And then you bailed on me when you died, because I started later than you did.
I didn't have any quarters.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just over
April
it.
was gone with my quarters. I didn't have any. She's playing pinball somewhere. It was so fun.
Anyway.
I text you the next morning. I was like, dude, I hope my birthday's this fun.
And we're going out when this episode comes out. We're going out the Friday this week for your birthday.
I don't even know what we're doing.
You gonna find out.
Oh boy.
Anyway, it was a great night. The night after, I got to celebrate with my family.
What'd you have on your birthday?
As well. On my birthday, I mean, I was working.
That night, though. Sorry.
I was working.
Okay.
But I was working from home.
Okay.
So I had a couple pours.
Yeah.
I had that barrel batch 35 that we just reviewed.
Bonus episode.
That episode should be out now. It is out now, so go listen to it. I had some of that. I had some more of.
Do you have that?
The Elijah Craig pick that we were iffy on.
Yeah.
During Pub Chicka Well.
Yeah.
I want to revisit it with you here in a moment.
Okay.
As well. Actually, that would be a really good little Patreon thing. Oh, we'll talk about it in a minute. Big ass August. It's called Basking in the Afterglow.
There we go. Like 2 minutes. What we just talk about.
Exactly.
All right.
Had some of that. I didn't go like super crazy. I mean, so much of my stuff is packed away.
Plus, you probably had to work the next day.
And I did have to work the next day too. Yeah. So, I said on Patreon too. I mean, this has been an insanely busy week for me at work. I typically, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. I typically am expected to make like during a particular period 10 phone calls a day, just kind of cold calling businesses. I've done double that this week.
There you go. Make that money.
So I've been very, very busy. But yeah, and Lucy and I went to a restaurant. I won't talk about it right now. Maybe at some point, but not right now.
You had a good birthday.
I had a good birthday. And I was trying to go through their bourbon menu. I was like, oh, Knob Creek. Let's have some Knob Creek. They're like, we're out of Knob Creek.
What? Mark it off then.
Fine. 4 Roses single barrel. Had Four Roses single barrel.
Okay.
I mean, just the 100 proof OBSV, but it was great.
I love
It
that.
was fantastic. It was by a train track too. Just nice open air, kind of.
You're like
place.
right in the middle of the store with Lucy. You're like, you know what? Whoa. She's like, huh?
This has been the best birthday. Eden's going the whole time. It's a train.
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 Then
Mama,
she's like,
I see a train.
Lucy's
we're
like
like-
in her head, she's like, do I agree? Do I say repeat it? Or do I just go with it? She's like, I love you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So anyway, I had a really good birthday. Otherwise, I mean, like it. I mean, I've really been enjoying Old Granddad 114 this week.
God, I haven't had that in a
as
while.
well.
I think we finished one of my
I think
bottles
so, too.
on Patreon.
But like, it's been my kind of mid-proof
Yeah.
go-to pour recently. And I mean, sometimes I'll just skip the low proof, go for the high proof,
Why not?
mid proof.
You're an adult. You can do what you want to.
I mean, yeah. But also a few episodes ago, we talked about, be responsible and take care of
sure.
yourself.
It was your birthday.
It's been my birthday week.
And I enjoyed celebrating your birthday.
And I'm excited to celebrate your birthday this week as well.
Can't wait.
So next week is going to be Eric's birthday episode.
Hey, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. You can do whatever you want to with me on my birthday week. You can blast me on the internet if you want.
Not me, man. I got my one practical joke in for the next decade.
Bring it on, listeners.
I've actually got, and you don't even know about this. I've got a bottle or two on the way.
Huh?
That I think we're gonna crack for your birthday.
I thought we were drinking Fireball for my birthday.
Did we agree on that?
No, but I was like, I'm going to bring this out for my birthday.
So we have a review this week coming from our friends at the Heaven Hill Distillery. This is Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond. This is the Spring 2023 edition. 10 years old. 10-year-old wheated bourbon. It was made in the spring of 2013. What were you doing in the spring of 2013?
Making a child. No. My son was born in 2013. So I guess
in the spring of 2013?
No. His birthday's August as well. So he would have been before that. Probably anticipating having a third child.
Gotcha.
Probably drinking a lot.
In anticipation of becoming a father.
I was
of three.
probably drinking Maker's Mark and Diet Coke.
Yeah,
probably what I was
that's about right. I was
Were you allowed to drink then?
no, I wasn't actually.
No, you weren't 21 yet.
No, I was 21 in 2014.
You were like sneaking drink. You're a sneaky.
I
boy.
don't.
You're a sneaky boy.
No,
I probably had some wild turkey honey in the freezer too.
probably.
Yeah,
I mean, around that time, that's about what I was drinking
that stuff was
too. Turkey honey or Jim Beam honey.
Good. Yep.
I don't know if I've ever said this, but the first like proper bottle of whiskey I ever bought was Jameson,
Yeah.
like a 750 of Jameson. I think it was Jameson. I'm pretty sure it was, but I had like the last dorm room that I had it like hidden in my closet so that the RAs didn't say anything.
I think mine was Maker's, and I'll tell you, one of the second ones was Rock Hill Farms, and I had no idea.
Oh
what
my
it was.
gosh.
And I totally drank
You're a
shots
monster.
of that and like mixed it.
That's fine.
Because I remember, like, I would always be like, where's that one bottle that's, like, cool shaped and it's got, like, the horses on it and stuff? They're like, we only do that, like, every once in a while. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
So, 10-year-old Bottled and Bond, wheated bourbon. From
In that bottle that you all know what it looks like.
the decanter.
The decanter.
I gotta, you know what? This is the other part of like having to move so much. I know the bottles that I need to kill, and it hurts my soul a little bit to like think about having to kill them.
Why do you got to kill them?
Because I've got too much, man.
There's probably bottles that are more full that need to be killed before the bottles that you think need to be killed.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
I think you should take the bottles that you are thinking need to be killed and put them back, and then go through the bottles that legit need to be like, let's just mix these and get rid of them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll do that instead.
What if we did like a 24-hour bottle kill?
Oh my gosh. We do a 24-hour live stream bottle kill.
We die at the end.
Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't a joke. I was kind of thinking about it.
Yeah. 24 hours of bottle kill.
Yeah.
All right.
Smells like weeded
bourbon.
Weeded heaven and hill.
Heaven and hell.
Smells like weeded Heaven Hill bourbon. I mean, really, it's got that kind of older.
It smells like a more refined weeded bourbon. It doesn't. Sorry, Heaven Hill. It doesn't smell like I'm just smelling like larceny. I can tell this is a thought about oldish weeded bourbon.
Okay. First sip. There are parts of this that I really like. There's nothing about this I dislike, but for the most part, I'm just kind of fine with it.
I was getting ready to say I agree when you said there's nothing about this you dislike, because there's nothing about it I dislike, but there's nothing about this that screams, this is the Old Fitz bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a solid weeded bourbon, but it's not a...
Eric's trying to play footsie with me.
But it's not, let's throw this in the Old Fitz decanter and call it the Old Fitz release.
Yeah.
It's weird because I would love this if this was like we rebranded Larceny or something, and this is what you're going to get in Larceny, but this doesn't taste Old Fitz to me.
This tastes roughly like a $65 bottle of bourbon.
I think we should compare it.
I am not upset about that idea.
This is spring 2022, 17-year.
Oh, jeez.
Old Fitz. Thank you, Heaven Hill, for sending us.
Look at you being clutch and picking that up back there, though. Why did I give you this?
Because it was just one of those days where you're like, just keep this. I was like, yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I need more of those days so I can get rid of bottles.
Yeah. You just bring a big box of stuff and you're like, just keep this.
Yeah. Good Lord.
See, when I smell that, I think this is decanter Old Fitz.
But going back and forth between the two, they are similar.
Yeah, they're in the same family.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to think this is going to be like the get early to Heaven Hill, or hopefully you get something at your store or you win a lottery to get, because this smells like something that they should just put out like a big release of. This other one though smells
special.
Special. Exactly. That's the difference between these two, is special.
Completely different animals.
Special. That's the difference. One is, this is great. You should put this and put it in a bunch of bottles and give it to somebody. The other one is, this is what people wait in line for. I've never understood why they go from like 17, 18-year-old and then all of a sudden to like 9, 10-year-old.
I mean, I think it's just purely based on what they think tastes ready. You know?
Yeah.
Or should be bottled.
But you can't.
I mean, like here's where I've said that phrase so much on the podcast, but specifically, here's where part of what we do breaks down, right? And where some of the things that are inherently very subjective start to come to light. Subjective. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
No, I said that for me, not you. So you can say subjective. I'm not saying subjective.
Okay. We don't know how to make whiskey.
No, I have no clue.
We don't know what
I
constitutes.
barely know how to pick a single barrel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you almost picked that thing.
No, that would have been a good choice.
No, it would have been a bad idea to sell it to people. Okay.
We picked that one and we got a gold medal, okay?
Yeah, but you picked that one. We picked that one.
Okay. You said it right. That's true. That's a wager. That's true. That's if I pick something by myself. Medal is when I got other people picking with me.
Hey, do you want a bottle that kind of tastes like your grandma threw up in it, and then also
I guarantee nobody else's bottle tastes like that.
I'm glad I was able to make that distinction for you.
Yeah.
But I really want a Whiskey Mutant single barrel program where it's just the most absurd bottles.
Okay,
picks.
I want to like do like if you're listening and you have access to anything, and I can do a secret like single barrel, and you have like the forgotten barrels.
Oh,
and I just surprise you with it and go, hey, what do you think this is?
Whiskey Mutant surprise single barrel picks.
What do you think of this? And you're like, oh my God. I'm like, this is available to everybody right now.
That's Charlie going, I cut the brake lines on the van
exactly.
and jumping out of the back.
I'm the Charlie of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm the Charlie.
I'm the wild card, baby.
Yeah. I'm the Rat King.
The Rat King. Sounds like Charlie work. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We're talking about how the 17.
Right, yeah. We don't truly know what it takes to make a whiskey.
No.
Like we haven't been trained in that. Sure. And we can judge it all we want. And that's why you listen to this podcast. But we don't like actively have the skills to make a bourbon.
I guess it just depends on what are they going for. Like in their minds, are they just saying?
I think it's the best of what they've got. You know,
I'm saying like is in their heads, or is it? I don't even know what that is. Is it? This is the Old Fitz release this year. Let's put it out. But in our minds, it's like Old Fitz. This is supposed to be special, and the difference between these two is the word special.
Yeah.
One is special. One is good.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with this, but when whiskey nerds or people who are into whiskey, whatever you want to say, they hear Old Fitz nowadays, they think of the decanter. They think of waiting in line. They think of like, it's time to get the Old Fitz.
It's a lottery item. It's right. Whatever.
And when I taste this and compare it to another Old Fitz release, I think, oh, this is like a solid release. Like this could be a larceny special, whatever you call it, and put a bunch of bottles out, and it's a little easier to get. Whereas when I taste the 17, I'm like, oh, this is Old Fitz. This is special. This is what we're going to spend the money to put in a decanter.
Yeah.
And like, that's just how I'm feeling about it right now. I don't know. Like, that's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's not special tasting. It's really good. It's not the Old Fitz level that we're used to.
Yeah.
Decanter, all that stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we normally have a review system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Eric, what would you give it the nose on this one?
Solid 3. It smells like a good weeded
I was
bourbon.
thinking 3.5. I think it has just that little bit extra push underneath of like caramelized brown sugar.
It smells like biscuit to me.
Ooh, yeah. Like
a
fresh baked dough.
Pull it out,
Yeah.
put it on there, biscuit.
Yeah. I agree with that. I really, really like the nose on this.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish it were a little bit more. It's a little bit thin, but it could. Yeah. Anyway,
Palate
for me is a 2.5.
2.5 for me.
It's just fine.
Yeah,
And it should be so much more.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's the Old Fitz line. Like this is supposed to be special. It's not. It's solid. Like this is a great larceny.
You know what this really, really reads to me as, and if I'm getting into tasting notes, this is where I'm going to put my foot down. This I can't do that because I broke mine.
Yes.
This tastes like there was too much water added.
Yeah.
To the barrels that went into this blend.
Yeah, it was like this barrel proof like bomb, and they're like, well, it's going to be Old
Fitz,
it
came out at like 145 or something.
Yeah.
But again, like
100.
I don't know the process that they go through, because at any given time they've got 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 20-year-old barrels of wheated bourbon specifically for Old Fitz products. And I just don't know like what their tasting process is like.
Right.
I mean, this could have been a miss. This could have been a day when they had tasted too many barrels and it wound up being, the best thing that they were able to get around at the time. I don't know. I truly do not know what this particular process is like. So to me, I just think this one was a miss. I mean, that's all I can say. Finish is fine. I think it's about the same as the palate. I'll give it a 2.5.
I'm giving
as
it a
well.
2. Like it's gone.
Yeah.
The finish it's gone.
And this is where I really feel like I'm starting to split hairs. This used to be a series of product that was specifically priced at $10 per year.
All right. So this will be $100 right now.
Right. And this is $130.
3 more years. I could pay.
I mean, I get it. Inflation's crazy. The market's insane. Like, it's just part of it. I know that, and we've talked about it before. There was always going to be an increase in bourbon pricing. And we're seeing it.
Right.
I just think that this is too much for
this is
what this bottle
is.
This
is a special larceny to me.
Yeah.
This is a $50 larceny 10-year. Larceny 10-year.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You put larceny 10-year out there in this bottle, like put this in a larceny 10-year bottle, $50 to $65. I'm in.
Yeah. It's another 2.5 for me on the
I give it a 2.
My final score is an 11 out of 20.
Sorry, HH. 9.5.
It's been a minute since we've had a review this low of a score. But, I mean, it's bound to happen from time to time. And unfortunately, Heaven Hill's getting... I mean, and they are one of the biggest bourbon brands on the market.
Yep.
I feel like this should have been a better product.
Especially this bottle.
This bottle. I mean, this is
one
like
of the most iconic, like, bottle shapes. Like,
yeah.
Somebody comes over to your house and they're like, look what I got.
Ooh, big decanter.
I've got 2 over there.
Yeah.
That there's like 15 and like something over there, and like I love them both. And then we got this 17 that we've kept for
a long time.
Made fall 2004, bottled spring 2022.
Fall 2004. I was 11 years old.
Jesus, this thing is good. You get the spring 2022 17-year-old Old Fitz.
Yeah, that's a completely different beast.
That's why I've been drinking it. I'm sipping.
Yeah, I've been just kind of letting it sit in the glass for a while.
Yeah,
but
so that's how it is.
Yeah, and we're in the like Heaven Hill downpour period of the year where we're going to be getting the new Larceny. We're going to be getting the new Elijah Craig here soon too.
Sea batches are always my favorite.
Yeah, so we're going to wind up over the next month or so with a few Heaven Hill bourbon releases. So if you're curious about, like, if this is your first time listening to the podcast and you're not sure how we truly feel about Heaven Hill products, I don't feel like this is a good indication of our general our general thoughts, I guess, about Heaven Hill. I mean, we typically are pretty Heaven Hill positive. And in this case, it just kind of fell short, but there's plenty of products coming up that we'll be able to try. And I mean, we were extremely positive too about the bee batches this year.
Yeah.
From Elijah Craig and Larceny Barrel Proofs.
Bee batch 523.
Killer.
Oh my God. Whiskey of the year contender.
Did I buy a bottle?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did buy a bottle. And
you sent it to me and you said, look what I got, motherfucker. I was like, shit.
I don't know for sure, but I might know where another bottle is.
If it's still there on payday, you tell me because I'll buy it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
We have no barrel rings this week.
None?
Not a one.
Damn it.
It's fine. It's okay. High proof hot takes. I got it. Okay. This is
I don't really have any. You go all out. Let it out, baby.
So I went to the doctor today for a follow-up on my foot.
Ooh, healthcare high proof hot take. I like it. I know all about those.
This has nothing to do with the healthcare system in this country. Although I do have high proof hot takes about that.
I've got plenty.
I'm going to keep it to myself. Anyway, I was pulling into a parking spot and diagonal from me.
Old person?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Diagonal from me was what I can only assume is a sister duo trying to park a pickup truck in a small parking space. And my thinking is that this was either the first time or one of the first few times that the older sister had driven a car before.
Oh, no.
Because the way that it started out was almost at a perfect 45-degree angle of parking into this spot.
Oh, no. Barry's holding his side right now.
To the point where the younger sister, who was in the passenger seat, got out of the car to look and see what the situation was.
Oh, no. How bad was it from your point?
It was really bad. Okay. I mean, to the point where neither car on either side could get out without causing some sort of damage to the pickup truck.
No.
So, older sister backed the truck out.
Okay.
Still, okay, so car one, car on the opposite side.
Okay.
Here's the pickup truck.
Got it.
It was still at that angle.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was like a 75-degree angle as opposed to the 45 when they first started. It was funny to me from a particular stance, but also it was very obvious that this was a family where both of the parents, if there were both parents, were working.
Yeah.
And the
older sister had to take
the older sister had to take the younger, and it's possible that the older sister didn't even have a license.
So what's the hot take?
Hot take is take care of your kids, dadgummit.
Don't drive oversized trucks.
I mean,
that's the hot take.
Yeah, sure.
Big trucks only in work spots.
Know your limit.
Know your limit. Know your role, jabroni.
Nah, if you can't
here's
park,
what it is. Don't park.
No.
Oh.
Here's what it is. If you are going to rely on your child to take care of your other child while you are unable to do so,
yeah,
make sure that they have the necessary skills,
Lord,
to do that. That's an important thing to have. Is our coffee here?
not yet.
It says it's approaching.
I didn't see anything, but like
This is the waffle break from Weekly Planet of This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
I will jump in on this high proof hot take. And if you're driving a vehicle that is too big for a parking spot, just go to the end of the parking lot and just park and then walk, get some steps in.
Didn't I say a few weeks ago that every parking garage should have one less space?
The girl got mad at me and said
2 less spaces per row.
Yeah.
So like every time you go around a pillar, that pillar should have essentially 1 car's worth of space.
Yeah.
Empty, so that you're not running into another car.
Yeah. Because people are going to go, you better learn that. Whatever she said. Do you understand?
And you said,
I don't understand.
ugh.
Yeah. Stupid.
And she drove away.
And
you could have written her up.
I could have. I could have went straight to security and said,
Really
that
funny.
person pulled too close to me and wrote her up. I could have wrote her up as being mean, and then I could have had security wrote her up. But I didn't.
Tips and bits?
Tips and bits.
Can I go first?
It's your show.
Well, whatever.
You're the main host.
I'm the host of this daggum thing.
I'm just the sidekick.
Okay, so
I suck you, Batman.
I wanted to run through, because I haven't really talked a whole lot recently about the comic books that I've been reading.
Oh, yeah.
Part of that is because I've been taking little bit of a break.
It's about anime, comic books and anime. Let's go.
There you go. So I just kind of wanted to go through some of the stuff that I've been reading recently. Not all of it's great.
Hey, tips and bits. That's what we do. Tell you what not to be reading.
Yeah. This is kind of an overarching recommendation. Overarching? I don't know.
Arch.
I don't do.
It's an arch.
Sure. I don't.
It's an arch.
I don't speak. Right. This series as a whole, I have really, really enjoyed. I think it's been one of my favorite kind of multiverse stories, or at least like, alternate reality stories that I've gotten to enjoy over the past few years. Deceased. Have you read this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it takes place in an alternate DC reality where there is a kind of like a zombie virus.
Okay.
And it's related to Darkseid.
Okay.
Right. So it's easily transmittable and everything. The first issue, like, Batman dies.
What is this, Final Crisis?
No, it's better.
Okay.
It's better than Final Crisis.
Okay.
Like Final Crisis, which I love. Grant Morrison, one of my favorite comic book writers of all time. It gets to the point where it's a little too heady.
Yeah.
Like just too much
when
existing.
When you said Darkseid and like Batman dies and stuff,
yeah,
I was like,
no,
immediately Final Crisis.
I get it. And there is, I think what it is, there's the Omega solution or equation or something like that. So they were able to spread a virus through that.
Yeah.
Right. And they transmitted it through the internet, essentially. And that's where it like kicked off from. And then it kind of became like a zombie virus.
Okay.
So it gets to this point where like it's like a ragtag group of heroes that are still kind of left over. John Kent takes over as Superman. Damian Wayne is Batman at one point. Booster is in this.
I knew it
for a little bit. Yeah. Black Canary, Dinah Prince, winds up being a Green Lantern.
What the?
At one point, it's incredible, man.
Okay.
So they've had a few different series. The first one was Deceased. The second one, I cannot remember, but the third one was Deceased Dead Planet. And that's where they kind of like wrapped everything up.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they're going to continue on with it, but that was, I mean, it's this really not fun, but engaging and interesting development of this story.
Okay.
And, you know, with any kind of story like this, there's the question of how do we get a cure? How do we find a cure and whatnot? And so, like, the fallout from that, based on the characters who have actually died, it becomes very emotional.
Yeah.
And I highly, highly recommend it.
Nice.
Especially if you're a freaking comic book.
Yeah.
Anyway. Back to DC. There was a miniseries that just focused on John Kent, the son of Clark and Lois,
Right.
called Adventures of Superman, John Kent. It also winds up being a multiverse story. He winds up in the Injustice universe.
Really?
Yeah.
They put him in the video game universe?
I mean, that universe, not the video game.
I know, but I'm saying
that
they started
universe.
it,
Yeah.
What?
So that universe is now like canon within DC. It's only 5 issues. It reads at a clip.
Damn.
Too. It's really good. I'll jump over to Marvel. Oh, also, I've been watching. I watched the first episode of My Adventures with Superman.
I've watched like the first 3 of those.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really fun, man.
I like that.
I think it's weird that it's on Adult Swim.
It's on HBO Max.
Well, yeah, but it's like airing on TV on Adult Swim.
Oh, on TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't get it.
It's weird.
Jumping over to Marvel, Ultimate Invasion. They're bringing back the Ultimate Universe. This is the series of comics that got me into reading comic books.
The Ultimate Universe?
The Ultimate Universe.
Really?
They're bringing it back.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Except Ultimate 3.
Ultimates 3 was bad. Ultimatum was bad.
Oh, Ultimates 1 and 2, though.
If you want to hear me talk more, I have not talked about this on the main episode ever. I am also a semi-infrequent co-host of a podcast called Alphabet Flight, where we go through the encyclopedic
I was on that one episode.
history of the... Yeah, that's right. You were.
Yeah.
We go through the encyclopedia of Marvel, and we talk about different characters. And we just talked about the Blob, who is a largely misunderstood Marvel villain. And I talked about his activities within Ultimatum.
When he eats
Janet Van Dyne.
Oh, yeah.
Like a cannibal.
That's horrible.
Do you know Spider-Man Reign's coming back, by the way? Reign.
Mm-mm.
Do you know that comic book series, though? Yeah, they've got a sequel coming out soon.
Ultimates 1 and 2, though. I've got the
peak
the graphic novels
mid-2000s comic book
best.
storytelling. So yeah, Ultimate Invasion, excuse me, is out right now. I think it's a 5-issue limited run, 4 or 5, and they're bringing back the Ultimate Universe. Really fascinating. It mostly focuses on the Maker, who was the Reed Richards from Mr. Fantastic, from the Ultimate Universe, and then he's my favorite superhero, but his story right now is pretty trash. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man right now is garbage.
I've heard it's really bad.
It's so bad. And to be quite honest, too, no, I'm not going to go there. Because I don't want to get blocked again.
Oh, yeah, you got blocked by Dan Slott.
He unblocked me.
What?
I'm not even kidding.
I tried to go get blocked by him just to be on the same level.
He unblocked me.
Damn, he knows you.
Yeah. His Spider-Man story right now is not very good.
Of course.
It's okay. The end of the Spider-Verse story was pretty good, but the largely what's happening right now with it is like, But yeah. If you want to read a good and different Spider-Man comic book, Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Deadly Neighborhood,
which was written by balls. Crap. It was one of the guys from the Black Eyed Peas.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, it's good. It's really fun. It's
Ultimate Spider-Man is really good too.
Ultimate Spider-Man is one of my favorite comic book series of all time.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that on a different episode. What do you have to recommend this week? I'm going to eat some of these egg bites.
Eat them. In theaters right now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is phenomenal. So good. Animation's great. It reminds me of Spider-Verse. The soundtrack is great. It's by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
That's awesome. Also, Spider-Verse is on digital right now.
Yes, it is.
Too.
But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is so good. It's a fun new take on the Ninja Turtles franchise, and it actually shows what it would be like if the Turtles were actual teenagers in our current time. And it's so good. It's
awesome.
got a lot of throwbacks to the OG, got a lot of new stuff. I'm going to transition into some anime, but Donatello, my favorite turtle, is an anime nerd in this. He talks about Attack on Titan. He's got some anime stickers on his bow staff. It's so good. So heading over to the anime side of things, One Piece just had a huge episode where Luffy kind of transformed into Gear 5,
and now everybody's debating whether or not he's on the level of Ultimate Instinct.
Yes, and this is kind of
Ultra Instinct
from Dragon Ball. This is kind of a high-proof hot take. If you don't just judge something because like you don't understand it. Like, I know we all have, I talked about it last week. You can like what you like, you do like this. But people are like saying like, what the heck is this? Well, anime usually is in manga form, which is like a comic book. And so they make the anime version of the comic book, which is usually about a year ahead of it. So they basically made this thing exactly like the manga, which Luffy, One Piece, he's a pirate. He's got a special power. If you watch, I would highly recommend One Piece. This was episode like 1071.
Golly.
And yes, I followed it ever since the first. But Netflix is about to make their live action debut.
It looks so good too.
The creator of this made them change things because he was like, this is not how it is. So I've got high hopes for this. But Luffy is a pirate who's trying to be the best pirate ever. He makes a group of pirates and they're going to take over the pirate world. Pirates like fight each other. Like if you beat a pirate, you're the next level of the pirate. That's how it works. And there's like this thing called a devil fruit. And if you eat it, you get special powers. And so some people get like a dragon power. Some like there's all sorts of powers. He has a rubber power. He's like a rubber man, kind of like Mr. Fantastic. And he's always been like the happiest, like he's like a big happy guy. And he levels up to this Gear 5 and he's like the ultimate cartoon character. Like he can do all this crazy stuff and people are like, what the heck is this? It's Luffy. That's what he does. He's the ultimate. He's been blowing his fist up and making it big, look like King Kong and punching people. And now he's like turning things cartoon and beating them up.
Relax, people.
And they're like, oh, this isn't the level. Nobody said it was supposed to be the level of Dragon Ball Ultra Instinct or Dragon Ball like Goku turning Super Saiyan. This is what happens. It's already happened. Like, this isn't anything new. The manga was like a year ago. And people are like, what the heck is this? Well, that's how it is. Calm down. As someone who loves anime, it was great. But everybody's like, why? I don't understand this. Well, stop. It was great. And that's all that matters. That's what I said. That's it.
Cool.
Everybody's like, what the anime talk?
What just happened?
What just happened? just go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast.
There we go.
For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. And at $5, you get all the bonus content. You get this thing uncut. There's a lot of random stuff that happened before it got cut up and edited by Perry. We're in the middle of big ass August. Bigger, assier, classier. It's our birthday month, so we're doing extra stuff. We got a extra review coming out. Everybody can see that, but that just gives you a taste of what you'll get if you join the Patreon, and we'll give you some bonus stuff if you join this month. So do that. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Get on that. If you want to send us an email, you want to ask us something, ask us to pair something, you want to send us something, send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. Perry will take care of that for you. If you want to get some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. If you want to get some Whiskey Mutant merch, it's whiskeymutant.myshopify.com. If you want to head over to social media at My Bourbon Pod, you can follow the show. You can send us a DM. You can like the stuff. We post all the new episodes there. If you aren't listening and you're like, what are they doing this week? Well, go there. You can follow me.
How are you here?
How are you here?
How did you wind up in this particular situation?
What are you doing right now? If you want to follow me,
I'm just as confused as you are.
Yeah, we're all confused. At Whiskey Mutant, you can follow me. You can follow Perry for his personal stuff, Peter1792. If you want to go to YouTube, you can watch this episode right now. If you're listening, all the episodes come out about a day later in visual form. Perry goes live every Thursday at 8.
By the way, the video versions coming out at a different time, that is only subjective to the current state of internet that I'm operating on.
Exactly.
That will be changed or at least fixed soon. So
either way,
I'm sorry, but also screw you.
That's how it is right now. So get used to it. And then just tell everybody about us. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. We love MILFs. Tell your grandma. Share the show. Talk about it. Like it. Subscribe. All the stuff you already know. Is that it?
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
We love you all. Thank you so much for listening, watching, however you consume the podcast every single week. We appreciate it. See you real soon. Until next time, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.
Bye-bye. You think they knew we had sunglasses on the whole time?
Have I had sunglasses on this whole time?
Have I been wearing sunglasses this whole time?